I decided that this would be the greatest time to do my laundry, feed my cat, and also dye my hair red. Hello potatoes, it's Cato Potato, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to be telling you the story of how I lost my phone in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and somehow got it back, and I'm filming on it right now. While telling you this kind of crazy story, I'm gonna be dyeing my hair mostly like a reddish hue, but I have a little bit of pink left over from this past summer, and I really want to go ahead and get rid of it. So my thought process is like doing like the front chunk here, this splat midnight magenta, and then doing the rest with this midnight ruby. I've got both of them left. As you can see, I did some of my ends. Now it's faded out a lot, and I think it's time for a little touch up. So I'm just gonna be dyeing it just a normal color, and then we'll see how it goes from there. And then if I decide to bleach it again in the future, that will happen. But for now, I think it's time to say goodbye to the blonde. So why is my phone so important? Well, I mean, phones are generally important for like our everyday lives, but my last phone got fried out of nowhere. So I got a new phone, and then on a Six Flags trip, I broke the LCD screen and had to get that repaired. So I already spent a lot of money on a phone in the last, I don't know, like 3 months. We went to Indiana for the Georgia Tech Notre Dame football game, which was disastrous, but it's fine. It's not fine. But basically, we stopped and laid over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which I just love saying because I think it's so fun to say. But yeah, so we were stopped there, and since it's daylight savings time, even though it was like 5 p.m., it got super duper dark. And we stopped there to get some dinner before we headed, all the way to Indianapolis. And I remember having my phone on me, and once we got to the restaurant, I tried to look up a menu, and then lo and behold, I don't have my phone. And a lot of people reassured me and was like, oh, don't worry, it's probably on the bus. Like, there's no way you would have lost it. And I like ordered my food, asked one of my friends to like, hey, do you think you can like grab it for me while I go look for my phone, or at least go back on the bus to see if it's on the bus. And then I look around, it's pitch black, so I can't even see anything. And once I get on the bus, it turns out that my phone is not on the bus. There are a couple people who are around me asking like, hey, what's going on? And I, at this point, I'm breaking down and was just like, I lost my phone, and I know we have to leave in like the next 20 minutes. And I'm kind of freaking out right now. And everyone who was there was like, no, don't worry about it. Like, you'll be fine. Like, we'll find it. Don't sweat too much around it. Tried to use the Find My Device thingy. Did not work. I don't know what was going on, but it just was not tracking it. It said it was still back in Georgia Tech, which I knew it wasn't because for the past 5 hours I was on my phone on the bus. Eventually, it was time for us to go. In fact, I think we were already like kind of behind schedule. And so I was like, okay, guess I just lost my phone in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I was just like so mad at myself because I've never lost my phone like that before. Like, I'll like misplace my phone at home, but I've never like lost it on a band trip before. And it was kind of embarrassing. Called my mom with my friend's phone, and she was like, don't worry, maybe this phone just isn't for you. You actually broke the LCD screen and it didn't work. Maybe this phone just wasn't for you and it just had to go. And who knows, maybe you were gonna get hurt somehow and this phone took the fall for you. And another one of my friends who used to work as a bike mechanic actually also told me this and was like, yeah, and all the times where there was like a bike accident, it's always been either the rider or the bike that got hurt the most. It's rarely ever both. And so, if something bad were to happen like on this trip, because I was so far away, maybe this phone took the hit for me. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try and look at it really positively. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. So I go the entire weekend without a phone. Kept trying to track it, did not work. Kept trying to call it, didn't answer. And but at a certain point, I was like, it's probably dead. And not gonna lie, I kind of like lost my general faith in humanity and didn't expect anyone to like pick it up and bring it over somewhere. I legitimately was like, nope, someone's gonna pick it up and it's gone forever. It's theirs now. There's at one point where even one of the dudes who was like trying to help me find the phone was like, do you believe in a God? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, you better start believing now if you want to find this phone. And I was like, well, at a certain point, I was like, okay, guess I'm just gonna have to get a new phone even though I just got a new one. And I was like prepared on Wednesday. This is like right before Thanksgiving. And was like, maybe they'll have a bunch of like Black Friday deals, so like the phone wouldn't be too bad, you know, all the different stuff, until on Tuesday I get an email, and the email was like, hey friend, did you lose your phone by chance? We're at a Starbucks in this area in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I was like, what in the world? Like, how did you get my contact? And yes, I did lose my phone in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. How did you know? And, you know, I went back and forth and then, you know, confirmed, you know, that it was my phone. Just gave the description of the background and who probably had been calling me for the past couple of days and all that fun stuff. And then was like, yep, I'll ship it out. For the first like little bit, I was so like worried that it wouldn't be my phone. So I like was trying to be like keep quiet about it and like wasn't having too high of expectations, but then it turns out it was my phone. I feel like I've been working on this strand for a while, but I think it's pretty much covered. Okay, I'm done with the pink. Now let's move on to the red. I told my mom about like the situation. I found my phone again and she was like, I know I said everything earlier about like how maybe this phone isn't for you, like yada yada yada, but if it somehow came back to you, it's a pretty big deal. Whatever you do from now on, don't ever let this phone go. Like, I don't care if you get a new phone like in the future, you have to keep this phone. That's pretty much how I ended up finding my phone after losing it in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Murfreesboro will always have a special place in my heart now. If I somehow lose my phone again, which touch block, knock on wood, try to do it with my feet. It doesn't happen again, but if for some reason it does, I hope it's in Murfreesboro. Alrighty, I'll be back with the final result after I finish this red part, but in the meantime, here's some footage of when my phone finally arrived. Okay guys, I don't think you understand. My phone, I think, is in this box. I'm trying not to expose my address. Oh, it has like 5 packages. Okay. I think it's to ensure that the phone stays safe, which I really appreciate. My phone with a whole bunch of notifications. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! I realized the reason why the person who did find my phone realized that I work at Starbucks is because I got like a bunch of notifications about how a new schedule had been uploaded. So that's why they turned it into the local Starbucks, thinking that I worked at that Starbucks. This is kind of insane. I actually found my phone. Oh, damn. Alright. Alright, are you guys ready for the reveal? Ta-da! I love this. I have done a lot of different hair colors at this point, and I've loved every single one of them, but this one is so unique because I feel like it's such a bright pop of a color all over, which I haven't done ever. I've done the bleach, I've done the ends, I've done the underneath, and I did like a grayish bluish for a while, but this is like such a big pop of color. I love this. You can see that this side is kind of like a orangey red, and then this one is like a magenta, but mixed in with a lot of the red. So it's still kind of like, if you see it in like certain lighting, it looks like it's all the same color, but then got a little fun surprise in the light. Yeah, it's very, very faint. But if you put them next to each other, you can tell. Yeah, you can kind of tell. But yeah, super glad to have my phone back. Hopefully I never lose it again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below anytime you've lost your phone. And in any case, did you find it again? I really hope you did. Miraculously like I did. Subscribe down below for more interesting content like this, and hope you have a great day. Wishing the best as always, Kato, rolling on out.